Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my previous couple moto related videos. In this video I'm going to give a little bit of a tour of my property and my house, just because this November 9th marks my 5-year anniversary of buying this house. So I've done a lot to it over the years and I've gotten a lot of compliments and a lot of requests to see it. So I'm going to do a little walkthrough and explain some of the projects, throw a couple pictures in there before and after, and just, kind of go over all the changes I've done. So enjoy. This area on the back corner, I planted a holly, a couple arborvitaes, and replanted some other plants that were behind the shed. And moving down, this was one of the earliest projects I did outside. I basically dug up this whole section of driveway by hand and tilled the ground, added a couple yards of soil, then planted these arborvitaes in the ground that, they started off as 4-footers, but now they're up to 6-7 feet. So it'll create a nice little privacy hedge over time. And it just breaks up that fence, so it looks really good. These two swinging Adirondack chairs were originally at my parents' house, but they ended up gifting them to me. I stained them when I brought them over here, but I'll probably have to restain them next year. I do spend a lot of time relaxing in these things. Now this was probably my favorite project I've done so far at this house. This shed basically started as a little 100-square-foot shack that was kind of falling apart and just real rough, no electricity, nothing. So I ended up doubling the size of it and adding electricity, and just giving myself a lot of space to make my own little workshop area. I could store my bike lift, my toolbox, everything I need. So this thing is so important when owning a house, just having a spot to have your tools and be able to work on little projects. A little cluttered, don't mind that, but walking outside, you can see that window right there. I repurposed it. Used to be on the shed, but it was in another location, so I painted it, redid it, and set it back in. Going around to the back, you see some wood storage for my fire pit, and right here you can see another little shed that I built. This was just to hold snow blowers and stuff, off-season big bulky items. Here you can see the central air unit for the house. Even though this house was built in 1880, it has still been pretty well updated since I got it. Now we'll talk about my least favorite part of this house, which is the crawl space. It's where the heat pump is and all the ductwork for the HVAC. But it is dark, damp, it's got dirt floors, and one day I'm probably gonna have to get the floor resealed and everything. So a little behind the curtain. Obviously I am voicing this over. I did film this part in the summertime when the trees were more full, everything was green and lush, and it just, it's my favorite time of year, so I wanted to showcase the house in this time. Alright, another massive project that I did was digging up a 1,000-square-foot section of my driveway that I really wanted a yard. I had only a little tiny bit back in the corner there, but now I wanted grass, I wanted a yard. So I dug it up by hand and, got, I think it was 13 yards of soil put down, and just, it was a lot of work, and it was all by hand, seeding, watering, everything really. But I'm so happy with the outcome. My property looked like a parking lot before this, and now this just softens it up so much. And it adds value to the house also. So I couldn't be happier with how this came out. Alright, now coming up onto the deck, on the left-hand side you could see this little outdoor cat house that I built. There's this little stray cat that comes by every day. His name is Nacho, and I feed him and try to take care of him and give him a little house to hang out in when the weather's bad. Alright, moving on over, you'll see my little patio area that I set up some outdoor seating. Usually there's more plants and flowers around here, but I took this at the end of the summer when I started cleaning up. This wall right here was actually another project that me and my dad worked on. it added a lot of privacy and just added to the looks of the house too. I mean, my neighbor's nice over there, but still, if I'm having like a party or something on the deck, it's nice to have a little privacy. Alright, the next big project will be this house needs a new roof. When I bought the house, the inspector said I had a couple years left, so I'm definitely past that now. That'll hopefully get done next year. This little circle area over here used to have shrubs and some little trees, and I pretty much just dug it all out and built a fire pit, put some stone down, and surrounded it by hosses when I put the yard in. So it's a nice little spot to hang out with friends. Alright. Welcome to my little house. So, the outside portion I filmed back in September when it was, a little more lush and full and more summer-like. I do love this place in the fall, but in the summer when everything's full and blocked in, it just, that's like my favorite time. So let me give you a quick tour of this place. So it is relatively small. I know I say that 1,000 times, but it's 680 square feet, I believe, 686 square feet, something like that. But for me, I mean, it's perfectly fine. I don't need anything like too crazy. So I guess we'll just start with this little room right here. It was, well, the previous owner had like I think she had a little kid, so there was like a crib and shit in there. But for maybe about the first year or two, it was a storage room, and then I think it was like over COVID, I made it into a little guest bedroom. Just kind of paint. Hey, so paint, floors, little carpet, bed, and also keep coats and shoes and shit like that in here. But nice little room, nice size, it's cozy. I actually slept down here most of the summer because even though this house had central air, the upstairs was just way too hot. Even it just like couldn't keep up with it with the heat. But let's see. So after this little room, you go in. This is pretty much the main room right here. We'll circle around. I'll show you the little bathroom that's here. Now this bathroom, like the rest of the house, it was white floor, white walls, everything was just like, it was real sterile looking. So I ended up going with this nice coral color to kind of just like, I don't know, smooth it out and just have like kind of a warm feel to the bathroom. I do like coral colors like this. So coral with the white trim. The windows all trimmed, everything white, toilets, shower, sink. Now this bathroom still isn't finished. I have to do a lot of trim work, a lot of molding work, but there was some water damage from that shower, so behind the toilet is the sheetrock got a little fucked up, so I do have to change the sheetrock back there. But I gotta wait till I get a new toilet in order to change that sheetrock in turn, do the trim, and I did some of the trimming on the sink, but a couple little things to do. Washer and dryer stack on or behind the door, which is nice. So it's about it for the bathroom. The bathroom's pretty basic, pretty simple, but it's all I need. Alright, going back out. So this house is basically, this is like the great room. This is pretty much everything. It's almost like a studio-esque, how the kitchen's a part of it, but everything's pretty good. It's tight and it's small, but it's cozy at the same time. I got plenty of storage. This whole area is just mostly for storage and everything. I have a little more storage over there, but that's where the hot water heater is located. So I don't really put too much in there besides that thing. Let me start off by saying, I mean, I'll put a bunch of photos in here of what it looked like before, but when I bought this house, the walls were white, the floor was like a checkerboard white floor, ceilings, everything in this house was white. With the white cabinets and everything, it just looked like really clinical, like a hospital almost. So the first thing I did when I got in this house was I did paint, got all the paint done, did this nice tan color with black trim. Then the wall where the spiral staircase is, I did that in like a grayish blue color, just kind of like an accent wall. Both doors are the same, so when it's closed up, it looks pretty good. Yeah, so black trim, black doors, vinyl plank floor. You know, it's small enough of a house that I could have done real wood, but the maintenance on real wood is a fucking pain in the ass. Like, this stuff is at least scratch proof, you know, water resistant. It's tough. It's not going to be something I got to worry too much about. It's a very low maintenance floor. Now the kitchen, I haven't done too much to this kitchen. I mean, I got like a little West Elm table. It's pretty nice, foldable. Well, it's got the leaves that fold down. As you can see, you know, since I'm a guy and I'm single and I don't really give a shit, so I still have like folding chairs in here. I haven't really bought any kind of nice kitchen chairs yet, which are dining table chairs, which they will come in the future, but for right now, I'm not too concerned with that. Now, the kitchen itself, like the counters and everything, the appliances are all the same as when I got the place, besides like the microwave, the toaster. But eventually, I would like to do a new countertop, maybe paint the cabinets, and just kind of change it up a little, make it a little nicer. Yeah, I still got to do some stuff to these windows. They're little, you know, the blinds are old, they're kind of shitty. I want to maybe do another like privacy window like that, because right behind that window is just like my neighbor's yard. So yeah, I don't really want to see them, so and I'm sure they don't want to see it here. So maybe I'll put another little privacy screen like this one, but still allows light in. You know, this house does get a lot of natural light. The sun rises in the east over here, so in the mornings this place is, with all the windows open, it's really lit up and nice. So yeah, this other area, this is like my little like chill area. I do spend a lot of time on this couch, just bullshitting, playing PlayStation, watching shit on TV, and yeah, I really dig like this little area right here. I put a nice rug down, got a little chair, nice TV on the mount, everything comes out. I really fuck with this spot right here. And it's got a good view of the yard through the window there too, or the sliding glass doors too. The coolest feature of this house is this spiral staircase right here that the previous owner put in. And yeah, I just pretty much put plants all around it. This pothos came from my good friend Morgan, and it's been taken off over the years, and yeah, I love it. We actually just repotted it recently, so yeah, it'll take off even more next year. Also, this big Monstera plant that she also got for me, which is pretty damn cool. And this thing also like blew up over the summer, and yeah, it's gonna keep growing. So yeah, I do like the plants. It definitely adds a little like soft touch to this place. And yeah, let's check out upstairs. Upstairs is pretty much all my bedroom. Now, I haven't done anything up here really. You know, this is kind of how the place looked when I got it. You know, just putting the bed in. It's still got carpet. You know, I do plan on doing a lot of work to this, such as paint, you know, new flooring, everything, new lighting, but it's just a project that I am not looking forward to tackling right now. and it's gonna be expensive, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass. But yeah, this workout bench has probably been sitting here for the last 6 months because I don't know. I fucking work out for a week, I get tired of it, I get bored, and then that's it. So that's just the ongoing thing. But yeah, still got some bullshit up here, and just, it's a little bit of a mess. But yeah, my desk is obviously a mess, just a bunch of bills and bullshit piled up. But yeah, that window lets in a lot of light, a lot of natural light. I could do a lot of cool things up here. There's a lot of, with the way like the ceilings are, I feel like with paint and everything, I can make this look like really cool. And this could kind of be a nice little chill area. There's not much to it. It's definitely a cool room. But yeah, a little bed area, nothing too special. Then yeah, I have a really good sized walk-in closet. Sorry, it's a fucking mess right now. I didn't feel like cleaning up too much. But it's a good size. It goes back, way back behind the clothing racks. Everything's... I built these shelves a couple years ago to hold a bunch of stuff. Shoes and everything. So it's definitely a good sized closet. There's, for a small house, it's good storage. But yeah, this whole top floor is basically just the bedroom. I had plans on opening up this whole area here and just making this dormer go the whole length of the house and adding like some huge windows. But again, that's a fucking massive project, and yeah, it would have cost a lot. I don't know. I'm just kind of fine with how it is now. Not too worried about it. I'm already thinking about other properties and stuff like that. So if I do stay here for a lot more time, then I will. But if who knows? If I buy another property and rent this out, then it could kind of just stay the same. But we'll see. There's options. So yeah, let's go back downstairs and yeah, we'll talk about numbers and what it's like to own a house, and just a couple things about this place. 5 years here, it kind of flew by really fast, but it's been great. I love this house more and more every day. So yeah, let's we can talk real quick about what it's like owning this place, how it's been for the past 5 years. I bought this house in November 9th of 2018, and obviously the market was a lot different back then than what it is now. This house was on the market for, I believe it was $125,000 at the time, and I talked them down to 115, and I think I put like 10 grand down or something. So yeah, at the end of the day, I paid like $105,000 for this place. Now, that number is fucking crazy to think about nowadays after COVID and the house surge and just everything that's going on with the market. Timing really was on my side with that. But hey, no one could predict what was coming in the future and how things would be. I got really lucky with the timing. This house, it's, the neighborhood is not the greatest. That's also a reason why it was pretty cheap. Taxes are really cheap. They're like $3,600 a year or some crazy shit. So yeah, with $105,000 buying price, I was at 4% interest. And then 2020 happened and everything went to shit with the market and everything, which actually helped me out a lot because interest rates dropped very fast. And I ended up refinancing this house in 2020 for, I think I'm at 2.75 now. So I'm locked in at a very low rate, and I don't think it'll ever get any lower than that ever again. So again, timing, I got really lucky. I'm glad I made that decision when I did to refinance. That definitely knocked a lot off the top, and it lowered my payment too. I am I'm single, I live here by myself, so all the bills, everything's on me. If something goes wrong with this house, it's on me. The bills, the mortgage, utilities, everything is on me. So it was important to keep that price as low as possible. That whole mortgage had to be pretty low. Because at the time, in 2018, I really wasn't making that much money. You know, I've gotten promoted since, you know, I'm actually gonna hit my 10-year next year, so the salary bumped up a good amount, and it's becoming a lot more comfortable to live here on my own, which is good. But yeah, I really couldn't afford anything bigger than this or in a really nicer area than this at the time. But, you know, I mean, living here 5 years, it's not the worst neighborhood at all. You know, it's not the best. I mean, you know, it could get a little loud sometimes. Some of the neighbors around a couple blocks over gets a little rough. There was a drive-by shooting a couple months ago, a couple blocks over, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not worried about shit, really. I mean, my street's pretty quiet, and my direct neighbors around me are good people, you know. Yeah, it's a very, very diverse neighborhood, but it's just working class, you know. It's a lot of working families, so it's, yeah, no one in this direct vicinity really bothers each other. You know, we're all kind of cool with each other. You know, it's nice. It's definitely, you know, I don't feel like I can't walk down the street right now. Like I don't feel unsafe at all. So, you know, as rough as it could be a couple blocks from here, this street right here, it's not bad. So, you know, for the price I pay for this house, you know, I can rent a fucking cave for that price at this day and age. So I am lucky. I am fortunate to have this place. And yeah, like I said, it's 680 something square feet. You know, I mean, this is smaller than a lot of people's apartments out there. But you know what, for me, I mean, the yard is beautiful. I love the property itself. And for me, being by myself, it's not that bad. And if, you know, down the line, if I ever get serious and start looking for a relationship and have a lady move in with me, then, you know, even for two people, this isn't terrible. You know, it's not a kid-friendly house, but I don't have any plans on having kids, nor do I ever want to really have kids, to be honest. So it's not a big worry for me with that. Who knows? Shit changes. You could always add on to this. I mean, I could go out that way to the end of the deck. I could double the size of this place for, you know, it wouldn't be that much of a deal. So there's possibilities. That's one of the good things about owning a house and owning property, is that you could, within permits and everything, you know, within code and everything, you could pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. You know, if it gets passed, you can do it. That's the big thing. There's some red tape you have to go through when it comes to building, but you know, you can do a lot when you own a place. So yeah, as far as plans go for the future, you know, I'm 33 right now, and I've been here for 5 years so far, and I love this place. You know, I don't really have plans on leaving here anytime soon. You know, the more and more stable I get, you know, the better my funds get coming in, paying off stuff like my truck and just kind of doing my thing. You know, I do want to now kind of enjoy my hobbies a little more. I want to get more into traveling, more into motorcycles and just the stuff I love. You know, I had to take some time off from doing a lot of that stuff just to obviously pay the bills. You know, but things are getting better, so I do want to get back to that. You know, one day, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to buying a second property somewhere, possibly renting this out to somebody. You know, I feel like I could make a decent amount per month on this place. So, who knows? You know, I've always wanted to buy land up in like Vermont or something, build a little A-frame. And who knows, even here, you know, buy something else close by if house prices ever drop. and then just keep this place and rent it out. I mean, living in a house, you know, is it for everybody? No, I'll be honest, it's not for everybody. I mean, you gotta kind of, unless you make a lot of money, then you could pay people to do a lot of the upkeep and stuff like that, which is fine. You know, if you're in that situation, then yeah, it would be a lot easier. But if you're a little bit strapped for cash and don't make too much, then it could kind of be a little nerve-wracking at times. But it's an experience, you know, you learn a lot when you have a house. You learn how to, you know, work on a lot of shit. Like I knew a lot from my father. He taught me a lot of what I know working with my hands and just between carpentry, electrical stuff, the world, you know, he taught me so much. So that definitely comes in handy with this. But yeah, I mean, we're in 2023, like YouTube, you could look up anything. You could look up how to wire a switch, how to, you know, work on a dishwasher or something, or install a door. You know, it's definitely easier now because information is just out there. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's not like renting an apartment, you kind of don't have to deal with it. There's a lot of give and take. You know, you get more privacy when you have a house, whereas an apartment you have neighbors directly next to you. So it could be, you know, it depends on what state you're in, what your situation is, what you can afford, what you want to put up with, what you want to pay for. But yeah, I don't regret this at all. I absolutely love this place, and I'm very fortunate to be able to have this place. Alright, well, that's about it. So, I hope you all enjoyed this, and who knows what the next video will be. I'll think of something. I've kind of haven't been too creative lately, but I'm sure something will come in mind. Again, thanks for watching. Love you guys, and see you in the next one.